Hello student, last lecture we have studied the sexual reproduction in which the structure of anther, tiers of anther, microsporogenesis, next the structure of microspore and development of male gametophyte. Today we will study the next part of the flower is gynoecium. It is also called as pistil. It is most innermost wall of the flower as well as it is female reproductive wall of the flower made up of carpel or it is also called as megasporophyll. A flower has many carpels. The flower is called as apocarpous flower. For example, Michaelia, that is पिवळा चाफा. While the flower has many carpels but fused together, that flower is called as syncarpous flower. For example, brinjal, hibiscus. Now, we will study the structure of flower, structure of carpel. Each carpel consists of three main parts, that is stigma, style and ovary. Stigma, it may be capitate or globose or it may be pentaphed in shape. It receives the pollen grains. It secretes the secretion to germinate the pollen grain. Next part is style. Style, it joins the stigma and ovary. Style, it is long slender structure. It carry the pollen tube along with two male gametes. Next part of the carpel is ovary. It is globose structure, produces ovules. Ovary consists single ovule. The ovary is called as uniovulate ovary. For example, paddy, rice, paddy, wheat or mango. These cereals are uniovulate examples of ovary. Next, while ovary produces many ovule, the ovary is called as multi-ovulate. For example, tomato, lady's finger. Next part is the structure of anatropous ovule, that is structure of ovule. The single ovule. The ovule has many forms or many types. For example, orthotropous ovule, amphitropous ovule, compilotropous ovule, and anatropous ovule. If most of the angiosperms they produce anatropous ovule, or most of the angiosperms having anatropous ovule. What is meant by anatropous ovule? In anatropous ovule has a bent axis and directed towards the opening of the ovule. That is, micropyle is downward in position. Ovule is bent. Each ovule develops inside the ovary and is attached to the placenta by a small stalk called as funicle, and the place of attachment of funicle with main body of the ovule is called as hilum. The ovule consists central parenchymatous tissue known as nucellus, which is surrounded by two protective coverings. They are known as integuments, as outer integument and inner integument. Embryo sac is oval multicellular structure embedded in the nucellus. A narrow opening at the apex of the ovule is called as micropyle, while chalaza is the base of the ovule directed opposite to the micropyle. This is the structure of anatropous ovule which is present in the ovary. Now, megasporogenesis. In megasporogenesis, formation of haploid megaspore from diploid megaspore mother cell is called as megasporogenesis. This process takes place in the nucellus. So, development of female gametophyte. Next part is development of female gametophyte. Female gametophyte is developed from megaspore mother cell, which is present in nucellus, that is parenchymatous tissue of the anatropous ovule. One of the cell of the nucellus get activated and enlarged and functions as a megaspore mother cell. This cell, megaspore mother cell, it undergoes meiosis division to form four linear cells. They are known as tetrad. of haploid cells. It also called as megaspore. Okay. Now, upper three megaspore cells under degenerate or abort, get abort, and lower one, that is towards micropylar end, get activated and remain functional. It also called as functional megaspore. It acts as the female first cell of the female gametophyte. The megaspore nucleus undergoes three successive mitotic division, free nuclear mitotic division, to produce 8 nuclei. That is, first division forms 2 nuclei, second division forms 4 nuclei, and third division forms 8 nuclei, 4 at each pole. That is, 8 nuclei are formed. One nucleus from each pole migrates towards the center called as polar nuclei, which fuse prior to fertilization and form diploid secondary nucleus, or is also called as definitive nucleus. The three nucleus towards micropylar end forms egg apparatus, which consists large central haploid egg cell while two supporting synergids. Synergid shows hair-like projection called filiform apparatus, which guide the pollen tube towards the egg. Three nuclei towards the chalazal end forms antipodal cell. Thus, 7-celled, 8 nucleated embryo sac female gametophyte is formed within functional megaspore, so development is endosporic. It is monosporic development because embryo sac develop from a single megaspore. Female gametophyte is colorless, endosporic, and is concealed in the ovule enclosed by ovary. This is completion of development of female gametophyte. Here, the completion of female gametophyte. The next part of the topic is pollination. Pollination, it is most important part in the sexual reproduction in plants. The transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the flower. It is essential step of fertilization in all seed-bearing plants because male and female gametes are non-motile and produced at two different sites. So pollination is very much essential in that plants. Next, pollination having two types, that is types of pollination. Basically, there are two types of pollination as self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination, the transfer of pollen grain from anther to the receptive stigma of the same flower, that flower, or another flower present on the same plant, is called as self-pollination. It results in breeding, in breeding or selfing. Next type is cross-pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from anther of one flower to the receptive stigma of another flower present on different plants. That is, two plants are required here. But on the basis of sources of pollination, pollination having three types, they are as follows. First, autogamy, that is self-pollination. In this type of pollination, in which bisexual flower is pollinated by its own pollen grains, offsprings are genetically identical to their parents. So, for self-pollination, there are some modification in the flowers. They are known as adaptations. So, adaptation in autogamous flower to ensure the self-pollination. Autogamy pollination occurs without external pollinating agents. So, they are having following conditions in that flower. First, chasmogamous. In this condition, flower opens to expose at its sex organs. Next, homogamy. In this condition, anther and stigma of the flower become mature at the same time. So, the self-pollination occurs. Next type is cleistogamy. In this condition, flower is self-pollinated even before the opening of the flower. That is, cell pollination takes place before the opening of the flower. For example, Commelina bengalensis. Plants like Viola commelina shows chasmogamous and clistogamous flowers on the same plant. Third, gytnogamy. In this type, the transfer of pollen grain of one flower to the stigma of another flower produced on the same plant. So here two plants are required. It is functionally similar to cross pollination as it involves agents, but it cannot bring about genetic variation and is only of ecological significance. That is Cucurbita maxima. It is similar to autogamy as pollen grains come from the same plant. Next type is xenogamy, that is cross pollination. In this type, the transfer of pollen grain of one flower to the stigma of other flower of different plants of same species, for example China rose, it generate genetically varied offspring which leads to the evolution. Here pollination completed.